Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silent meditation.
Greetings, Pine-Richland. I'm Eamon. Today is November 15, 2022, and it's a B-Day.
And I'm Lindsay. Now for today's announcements. Activity period. Today, we will be following an activity period bell schedule. During the activity period, 11th and 12th grade students are to report to the auditorium after the announcements. Stay tuned to watch a replay of this past Friday night's WPIAL playoff football game against Woodland Hills. World Kindness Week. Each day this week, PRHS will be celebrating World Kindness. To participate in the celebration, students and staff are asked to do the following. Today, pledge to be kind. Tomorrow, thank a support staff member. Thursday, wear something blue for Children's Grief Awareness and donate blood at the blood drive. Friday, wear green for Jack's Ramirez and celebrate Friendsgiving during all lunch periods. Let's go to a commercial with more information about how you can help Jack's Maria's.
What's your name?
Grayson.
Grayson, do you know anything about Jack's Ramirez?
I do. He's the 7-year-old boy that needs a bone marrow transplant.
Hi. Hi. What's your name? Stella. Stella, how can you help Jax if you're over 18?
You can test to see if you're a match.
What's your name?
Grant.
How can you help if you're under 18?
Post on social media.
Spring musical auditions. Interested in being in this year's PR High School musical? First round auditions are due November 25th. Go to the website found at the bottom of your screen for all of the details. GSA, be sure to attend the next Gay Straight Alliance meeting this Thursday from 2:45 to 3:45 in room 204, not at the STEAM LGI. Fact of the day. Now let's check in with Tyler for the fact of the day.
Tyler here with the fact of the day. Did you know octopuses have 9 brains? That's all for me. Now let's go back to the main desk.
Wow, that fact was really interesting.
Oh yeah, it sure was.
Ski and Board Club. Registration for the Ski and Board Club is now open. Information is available on the club website and Google Classroom. The class join code is found at the bottom of your screen. New this year is that members must have an Epic Pass, and pricing does go up on November 20th, so don't delay, register today. Winter Donation Drive. The National Honor Society is hosting a winter donation drive starting this Wednesday through December 16th to collect items for the Light of Life organization. New or gently used winter clothing items of all sizes will be accepted, including coats, gloves, winter hats, scarves, socks, etc. New boxes of hot hands hand warmers are also being accepted and would be greatly appreciated. All donation items will then be utilized to create winter care packages, which will be distributed to those in need in the greater Pittsburgh area. Donation boxes will be located outside of the library. Fall play. The Pine-Richland chapter of International Thespian Society, Troop Number 7, presents Clue on Stage. The classic board game is brought to life in a madcap evening of murder, mystery, and mayhem. Performances will be held at the PRHS Auditorium. The free senior citizen preview will be at Thursday at 4 p.m. The remaining 3 shows will be on Friday at 7 p.m. and the 2 shows on Saturday at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Adult tickets are $8 and student tickets are $5. Tickets can be purchased online at the district webpage found at the bottom of your screen. Forensics. If anyone is interested in attending the upcoming tournament this Saturday, please contact Mrs. Harshman in room 221. Feature. Now, let's send it over to Tyler for today's feature.
This is Tyler with the student feature. What's your name?
Connor Walsh.
What's your favorite thing about Pine-Richland?
I would have to say A push with Mrs. Owens. It's a great class.
That is a pretty solid class. That's all for me. Now let's go back to the main desk.
Wow, that was a great feature.
Yeah, it was. Very interesting students. Blood drive. Do you want to save a life? Do you want service hours? Do you want to win scholarships? Pine-Richland is hosting a blood drive this Thursday from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Vitalent, a nonprofit blood organization, will provide all equipment and staff to support the cause. Sign-ups and parent consent forms are available from National Honor Society and student government sponsors. Have the chance to save a life. Sign up now. Theme Day Thursday. The next Theme Day Thursday will take place on a Tuesday, November 22nd, with the theme being Camo Day. PRTV Club. The next meeting for the PRTV Club will take place today after school in room 328. Items on the agenda will be production of this week's episode of Ramtastic and pre-production for new show segments and intros. Any student interested in joining the club should join the club's Google Classroom at the classroom code found at the bottom of your screen.
Guidance news. The following colleges and universities will be visiting Pine-Richland High School during the month of November. Interested students must sign up in Naviance and obtain a permission form from their classroom teacher. A signed hall pass will be required. Check Naviance frequently for the most up-to-date and accurate information. The following scholarships, contests, and workshops are now available. Please stop in the guidance office or check under Naviance College, under Colleges tab, Scholarship List.
Now it is time to go to Mark for our PRTV Sports Report.
Hey everyone, it's me, Mark. How's it going? So today for your sports, we have crew. Registration for the winter camp spring crew is now open. PR crew is a club sport. The PR crew winter season will begin on November 21st at the high school. Practices will be Mondays through Thursdays at the Pine-Richland Stadium. There will also be Saturday practices. Boys volleyball. Open gyms for the boys in the middle or high school who are interested in playing volleyball are being held every Saturday until November 26th. The open gyms will be from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the high school gym. All skill levels are welcome. If you have any questions, please contact Michelle Longmore at the email address found at the bottom of your screen. Alrighty. Girls volleyball. The Pine-Richland girls volleyball team defeated Unionville on Saturday in a 5-set thriller. Kaylee Kaylee Doctor leading the way with 27 kills and 18 digs. Katie Yanni tallying 16 kills. Freshman Megan DeCunder and Isabel Hopp had 4 aces. The Rams will play at the PIAA tonight against North Allegheny. The games will be at Fox Chapel High School at 6 p.m. Please come out to show your support for the Rams. And that is all from me, signing off.
Always great to hear about our sports teams.
Oh, it definitely is. Now let's head over to Tyler for our lunch.
Tyler here with your lunch. Today we got Boster Sticks and cheese pizza, bacon cheeseburger, buffalo chicken wrap, and buffalo chicken salad. That's all for me. Let's get back to the main desk.
That lunch sounds fantastic.
Yes, some good lunch options for today. Now let's head over to Mark for our weather.
Hello everyone, it is me, I am Mark, and I am back again, here for your weather. Today we had a high of 42 and a low of 35 with a chance of rain. And for tomorrow we have a high of 37, a low of 29, and also a chance of rain. And now let's head it right on over to your weather, to your 5-day weather. And that is all from me, back to you.
Weather's starting to get cold out there.
Yeah, it really is. Well, that's all for today. It's a B day, and I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Eamon.
Make it a great one, Rams.
And the kickoff from Miraz goes deep down to the side of Ryan Palmieri, and he'll take it right around the 5-yard line. Palmieri up the middle, not much room to work, but he breaks a couple tackles, getting it down past the 25-yard line, and he's going to be wrestled down by multiple Woodland Hills defenders down to around the 28-yard line, where Pine-Richland will start their drive.
That's a nice return there. A few positive yards on there, and that just shows this Woodland Hills offense, or Woodland Hills defense, what they're getting themselves into, because Palmieri is just going to run the ball a lot. And don't forget the fact that Ryan Palmieri is outstanding on the defense as well. 84 tackles over the year, 59 of them being solo. So he's just an all-round outstanding player.
Definitely, Ryan Palmieri all over the place on offense and defense. And here come your Pine-Richland Rams. I see number 25 and number 44, Ryan Palmieri and Ethan Pillar, respectively. Look to them a lot tonight.
Yeah, you'll expect to see a lot of run option plays here. Palmieri just going to read and see whether he wants to hand it off to Pillar or keep it himself. But we shall see.
Flag on the play. Looks like a delay of game on Pine-Richland. That'll move him back 5 yards, making it 1st and 15.
That's not something you want to see, especially because that nullifies that positive return there. So that puts you 2 yards short of where it would be at a touchback. So that's definitely not something you want to see.
Same formation for Pine-Richland is the ball is going to be handed off to Ethan Pillar, trying to work through a couple defenders, but unable to do so, getting down to the 25-yard line. Just a gain of 1 or 2 on the play.
Yeah, looks like they definitely expected that. Obviously, you're going to see a lot of run plays, but it looks like they had a lot of people on that defensive line just trying to restrain Pillar here, trying to make sure he doesn't get any positive yards. As you can see, five-man rush here.
Alex Sermonera in motion. There's going to be another flag on the play. It's going to be a false start on Pine-Richland, and that'll back them up even more. The Woodland Hills fans getting hyped here after 2 early penalties by Pine-Richland.
That's definitely not something you want to see so far. This has been a rough start here. So that's what, 2nd down and 15. The first down marker, if you just saw there, that was at the 37-yard line. They're at the 20.
Seems like the same play for Pine-Richland. It's going to be a handoff to Ethan Pillar up the middle, and he's not getting anywhere. Pillar maybe gets to about the 22-yard line. Not much of a gain, and this Pine-Richland offense is stagnant so far.
Yeah, this has definitely not been a good start for them. They definitely might have to do a different play here because they've just been doing the same run, and it looks like Woodland Hills has been they've expected it. They've had 5-man rush, so they might have to risk it and go for a pass play here or mix it up and do something with Ryan Palmieri because he can run. It's just getting to that outside and getting the hole.
Wide receiver Brad Gelly coming into the game for the first time, lining up in the slot. 6 men in the box for Woodland Hills, expecting more of a run. But Palmieri's going to drop back, scramble out right. He's going to fumble the football, and it's going to be picked up by Pillar way behind the line, and he's going to be taken down right around the 12-yard line. A huge loss for Pine-Richland here on their first drive, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I applaud the effort there by Palmieri trying to get some positive yards here on the pass play, but I don't know what happened there. I think that wet ball just slipped out of his hands there. So either that or he ran into a lineman. So that is definitely not a good start for the Rams here.
And that's something we might expect to see a lot tonight. Just absolute buckets coming down from the sky here with this rain. The Rams still lined up. Joey Perry going to take the punt. A line drive punt, going to land right around the 45-yard line and take a Pine-Richland bounce. And it'll go from 45 to about the 43-yard line of the Woodland Hills Wolverines. And they'll start with really nice field position there for their first offensive drive.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a punt-heavy game, so you'll see a lot of very defensive sides of the ball here. Probably a good amount of 3 and outs like that one. So this is probably going to not be the first 3 and out you'll see throughout this game. And
again, as I said earlier, going to look out for that Pine-Richland defensive line. How well can they stop the run tonight? Without Andrew Sermonera, it's going to be tough, one of their starting linebackers. Look out for Ryan Corey, the defensive tackle up the middle. He is a D1 baller for Pine-Richland. And Max Heckert, also one of the stars on the defense.
Yeah, Corey, 6'4", 290 pounds. This junior is a monster. Threw 35 tackles off the line, 25 of them being solo. As it looks like Pine-Richland expecting a run here, 4-man rush.
Starting quarterback Cam Walters going to hand it off, but it's going to go nowhere. No gain on the play. The handoff to Frank Keys, the running back, going to go nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1, but nothing doing there for Woodland Hills on their first play of the game.
Yeah, it looks like that was a loss of 1 or 2 on that one. So this is going to be, oh yes, that's a gain of 1 there. So looks like both teams are trying to play conservative here, going with a run-heavy offense, but that's really not been effective so far. As you can see, Pine-Richland expecting the rush again.
Cameron Walter going to give a little jet sweep to number 24. That's William Smith going across the line, and he's going to get about a gain of 5 down to the 49-yard line.
Looks like he ran into his own guy there. That was Sincere Rutherford. So that only was a gain of about 3 or 4, not even. So if he hadn't run into his own man there, that probably would have gone for a first down maybe. But I think that Woodland Hills definitely has something going here. They want to have these plays where you're not just running it up the middle. You have to spice it up. You have to go across the sideline. You have to do jet sweeps like that, maybe some trickery. But you have to definitely spice up the run offense here with this rain.
And here comes the rush for Pine-Richland. Cameron Walter moving out to his left, but nothing doing on the play. Just almost a throw out of bounds on that one. Nothing going for Woodland Hills, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how risky these quarterbacks will get with such a wet ball. I've just been saying it over and over again. This rain, it's so detrimental to these players because I don't think we've had a rain game all year. So having a rain game in such a important game here, it's gonna throw these teams off. It might cause some very defensive game plays like you saw there. It looks like they're going for it here.
Woodland Hills lined up to run a play here, but Tanner Cunningham back deep, expecting a pooch punt, and that's what happens. A really short kick to the left side. No one on Pine-Richland going to touch it. And it's going to take a Pine-Richland bounce going back to right around the 30-yard line, and that's where Pine-Richland will set up for their second offensive drive.
This will be one for the ages, and I don't think that's going to be much of a great thing per se, since we've had 2 drives and about 5 yards gained between both of them, as we have 8 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this first quarter. It's definitely going to be a shootout probably at the end here for the win.
So Cameron Walter, a freshman starting at quarterback for Woodland Hills. Maybe a little bit of showing his inexperience there on that first drive, unable to do much on offense. But Ryan Palmieri and Ethan Pillar in the backfield to start this second offensive drive, and it's going to be a handoff to Pillar to his left side. Going to try to cut it up the middle, unable to do much. Maybe a gain of 4 on the play down to the 35-yard line, bringing up second down.
This is also going to be a game of seeing how effective and how well these Pine-Richland offensive linemen can get plays and make holes for these running backs, because I think if anything, this offensive line is going to shape the game. So it's all going to depend on how many holes they can make in a 5-man rush here. So Woodland Hills definitely expecting a run.
Alex Sermonera moving across the line. Pillar again up the middle, unable to do much. Maybe a gain of 1 down to the 36-yard line.
That was a pretty short run there, and the 5-man rush, you know they're expecting it. I mean, it's kind of predictable. It's rain. You're not going to do anything else really. It's the first quarter. You got around 7 minutes to go, so you're not going to try for any deep shots here. Just want to get some yardage, some first downs maybe, and just play good football best you can.
Woodland Hills putting 8 guys in the box here to start the game, just completely preventing the run. Quick screen pass out to Tanner Cunningham, almost dropped, and it's fumbled, but it's going to be recovered again by Cunningham, right back around the original line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1 from the original, and that'll bring up 4th down and 11 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds here left in the first quarter.
That's definitely not going to look good for any sort of passing attempts, because that I don't know if that was a good play there, going with a short screen behind the line of scrimmage and then having it dropped like that. That could have been very harmful. But you're going to see a lot more runs going and punts.
It's going to be Joey Perry with the punt.
That was a
off
good
his
punt.
left foot down to, going to land right around the 35-yard line and take a Pine-Richland bounce. Recovered by a Woodland Hills returner right around the 29-yard line, and that's where Woodland Hills will set up.
Looks like we got a flag on the play here.
See what the referee has to say here.
Sideline warning for, I believe that
Woodland
is
Hills.
Yeah.
So sideline warning on Woodland Hills will back them up here. We'll see where the referees decide to spot the ball.
I think this is also going to be a game of punts. I think it's going to be how good can your punter be. That was a good punt there by Joe Perry, pitting the Wolverines down to the 20-yard line or so. So that's going to be beneficial for the Rams. It's just how quickly can you stop this run offense, and how short can you get the punt from the opponent's side here. It's just a punting game at this point. It's very much so defense heavy.
Pine-Richland stacking the box just as Woodland Hills did to them. Woodland Hills set up with 2 running backs in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to number 25. That's Frank Keys, and he's going to be stopped right at the line. No gain on the play.
Looks like a loss of 1 on that one, and that was a good read there by Pine-Richland, being able to have those defensive linemen move off to the side and adjust and just close the hole. There was 4 men on that one, 2 on each end of the defensive linemen. So that was a good play call there by Pine-Richland.
So as I stated earlier, Cameron Walter, the starting quarterback for Woodland Hills, just a freshman. So we'll have to see if maybe some inexperience plays into this game. Hasn't had to do much in the passing game so far, but maybe if it comes to that time, might have to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, it's going to be so unpredictable, especially with this rain.
Walter going to take it himself, and he's going to be wrapped up behind the line. That's number 18. That's Joey Perry getting in for the sack.
That's a great sack there by Joe Perry, preventing any more loss of yardage there. And that was a good one there. So That's his 4th sack on the year, so definitely something you want to see, showing how good of a player he is on defense, Joe Perry.
Woodland Hills coming out in an interesting formation on that play. Cameron Walter set up with 2 running backs to his right. Maybe just a little bit of misdirection, unable to work there on that play though.
Or possibly an option play there. Possibly could have handed off to either side there, as like you can see there.
Cameron Walter again going to take the snap with 2 running backs in the backfield, and he's going to drop back to pass. Looking deep down the field, and that's broken up by number 19, Bryce O'Brien, making a play deep down the field. Cameron Walter unable to connect with number 13, or with number 17 rather. That's Landon Akins.
That was a good passing attempt there by Woodland Hills. Nice throw there. Unfortunately, a little bit out of reach there and possibly a little slippery. So, going to be interesting to see, one, how accurate these quarterbacks are going to be in the passing, and 2, also seeing how well these receivers can catch the slippery ball, especially with, you know, these conditions.
Bad snap. Cameron Walter going to just take a pooch punt. Going to be fielded by Tanner Cunningham, and he's going to try to take it to the outside. Cunningham has a lane to run. He's going to be almost horse-collared. They are going to call a horse collar on the play, and that'll move Pine-Richland up 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Pine-Richland going to start with great field position after the Tanner Cunningham return.
That is a great return there by Tanner Cunningham. He has 183 punt return yards on the season.
And they're not going to call a horse collar, but it is going to be a face mask on Woodland Hills. Same result.
Yes, so that's another 15 yards. So that gives the Rams really good field position. And like I was saying, Tanner Cunningham, he is great on the return game, 183 punt return yards, 444 kick return yards, but he's definitely been great on punt returns. He's also been great on defense, 53 tackles, 43 solo, and 2 picks. So he's definitely someone you want to see going forward, this sophomore. He's got a good future ahead of him.
Palmieri lined up alone in the backfield. We've seen this a lot, maybe going for a QB power here.
Most likely, especially with all these receivers.
Palmieri is going to take it up the middle, breaking a couple tackles down to around the 9-yard line. And that'll set up Pine-Richland inside the 10, hopefully getting into scoring range here.
Yeah, if you remember, we've seen this in previous games where they've lined up with 3 receivers on the top, 2 in the bottom, and then the pocket's just opened, kind of just like parting the Red Sea, and that's going to be an offsides, I think. So either way, definitely a good play call there, and just letting Palmieri get some easy yardage as we're going to get first down there.
Number 16, that's Zykir Moore, the freshman, jumping on that play, moving it down to the 5-yard line of Woodland Hills. Pine-Richland only needing to get those tough 5 yards here in the rain.
That's definitely something you want to see, because especially even if you have a 3-and-out here, you probably can kick it with Grant Argiro because it's so close. It's inside the 10, so this is good field position for them.
Pine-Richland set up on the left hash. Palmieri going to look over to his coaching staff, looking for some hand signals. We do expect a run here, as we've seen all season.
Yeah, it's only 4 yards, so quick rush with Ethan Pillar. So
8 men in the box for Woodland Hills expecting the run, and it is going to be a handoff to Pillar. He's going to try to bounce it out to the right side, and he's going to be untouched, getting into the end zone. Touchdown Pine-Richland, and they're going to strike first. 6-0 Pine-Richland as a lights show goes off here at Gateway Stadium.
That was cool, and that was a great play there by Ethan Pillar, bouncing it to the outside there and just getting that first score. And that's definitely something you want to do if you're Pine-Richland here. Just get on the board first, and then you have to make a stop on defense as well.
So we'll see with the wet football here if Grant Argiro is able to put it through. Bad hold on the play, but Argiro unable to push it through wide right.
Yeah,
and that'll leave the score at 6-0.
Yeah, looks like that was a high snap there, and the kicker there just kind of had to stutter step there, and that kind of messed up his aim, especially with, you know, these not so spectacular conditions, dare I say.
So after the first score from Pine-Richland, that leaves 4 minutes on the clock. You guys are unable to see that at home, but 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Pine-Richland up 6-0. And I do want to apologize in advance. There seems to be some fog setting in here at the field, so I do apologize if I might miss some numbers or some players. But I'll try to do my best here.
I think it's time.
And we have a timeout here And we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, Supremos Pizzeria. Supremos Pizzeria has 2 locations, one in Evans City and a new location on Route 228 next to the Adams Township Fire Department. Supremos Pizzeria is hiring, and you can apply online at supremospizzeria.com. You can also order at the same address, supremospizzeria.com. Supremos Pizzeria, where taste reigns supreme.
Not sure we can get Supremos from here since we're in Monroeville, but great sponsor. Had them for every home game. It's just fantastic sponsor. Love them.
So, Pine-Richland going to set up here to kick. Looks like it's going to be number 24, William Smith, back to return, alongside number 26, Amir Brown.
Yeah, it's kind of like I said. The question is, do you go for a sort of squib kick here? Because you might get some unpredictable results with a loose ball, literally. So, but looks like they're just going to go for a regular kickoff here.
Argiro's kick is actually going to be a squib kick, but it's going to be taken by William Smith. He's going to run it out to the outside, turns on the turbo, but unable to make any defenders miss. Maybe getting down to around the 22-yard line, where Woodland Hills will set up for their second drive.
Yeah, it was a good attempt there by Woodland Hills trying to make something out of nothing. They did, but it was a couple of yards short, but nevertheless, a good return there.
So the rain really starting to come down even harder here at Gateway Stadium.
You can kind of see at the top there where the lights are, you can see how much is just pouring down. It's just kind of like a wall of rain.
The wind's starting to pick up too. We'll have to see how that affects both teams' ability to move the ball down the field.
Yeah, we're getting a bit of a splash here in the press box. Got an open window. Not sure how long that'll be open.
Cameron Walter, handoff up the middle. Nothing doing here for the Woodland Hills running back. Taken down by a gang of tacklers. That's number 25, Frank Keys, on the run. Maybe getting a yard on the play down to the 25-yard line.
That was a good play there by Pine-Richland. They're definitely so far being able to read these different runs and attack them with good style, I think. I guess that's a good way to put it. But that's a good play there. So only a gain of 1 on that one.
Not much doing here for Woodland Hills so far on offense. Pine-Richland able to break through after the Tanner Cunningham punt return down to around the 25-yard line. But other than that, not much offense from both teams. Cameron Walter going to run out to his left, throwing across his body over to the sideline, complete. And that's going to be a first down for Woodland Hills. Can't quite tell who the wide receiver is on the play, but Woodland Hills will pick up the first down, getting right around the 37-yard line.
That was a nice return there. It looks like someone is down for Pine-Richland.
Injured player seems to be. Can't quite tell who it is, but Pine-Richland will move to their sideline. Woodland Hills moving back to the line of scrimmage.
Hopefully that injured Rams player is all right. So we'll get a brief stoppage here as the rain continues to pour down here.
That's number 18, Joey Perry, being helped off the field.
Yeah, hopefully he's not too badly hurt. He's been detrimental so far for this Rams offense getting that first sack, as you can just see all of the rain that's coming down. It's just stupendous.
Yeah, it's going to be really tough for both of these offenses to move down the field with all this rain.
Yeah, it's not letting up until around 11 p.m. So we're getting rain all night, baby.
As I mentioned earlier, not much of a crowd here for either team. No one really willing to weather the storm in a literal sense.
Probably.
But enough of a crowd to make a fun football atmosphere here on this Friday night.
Yeah, especially because this stadium is so far away. I think that's also a main factor.
Cameron Walter going to keep it, take it out to the outside, make a couple players miss, and he's going to get a first down to the opposite field, 49-yard line of the Pine-Richland Rams, and that'll move the sticks for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
That was a good run there by the quarterback for the Wolverines. So that was a good play there, evading some tackles. I think you might want to see more of those as time goes on.
Yeah, it's definitely a risk to even hand off the ball now,
especially
with all this rain coming
down. Yeah, I was going to say even passing, though Woodland Hills didn't make it work.
It's going to be Cameron Walter up the middle to Frank Keys, and he's going to get nowhere, no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines with 2 minutes here left in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think these plays are going to be around 95% rushing and then 5% passing, maybe if it's second down here, it's second and long, maybe you go for a pass play that did work on the previous play or a couple plays ago. So maybe they take that risk, try to see if anything happens, and just go for it.
Pine-Richland coming out with 5 defensive backs here, coming out in nickel.
Yeah, expecting a rush here, but 2 receivers downfield.
It's going to be a handoff to William Smith. He's going to try to take it to the outside. Nothing doing again. Wrapped up by multiple Pine-Richland defenders right around the line of scrimmage. Seems like his helmet came off on the play. Nothing doing for Woodland Hills after that big run from Cameron Walter. And they're going to spot it just a yard past the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 for William Smith.
Yeah, it looks like we have the same rule as in the NCAA. 1 play without your helmet, you have to stay off, so they're going to be out. The Wolverines are going to be out without him for a play here.
So far, the Woodland Hills offense is run primarily through Cameron Walter, William Smith, and Frank Keys. We'll see if that continues throughout the night.
Yeah,
a lot of runs from both teams.
It'll also be interesting because you did have that 1 reception that was for first down, but
Cameron Walter
flag on the
was
play.
going to run out to the left, but there is a flag on the play. Seems like it's going to be a first down, or a false start rather.
Most likely the case.
It's going to be on Pine-Richland. Couldn't quite tell what the penalty was on that play, but Woodland Hills going to gain some yards, just about 5. Might have been a
I believe
offsides.
I think that was the case. So we got third down and I don't know how many to go, but we got less than 1 minute to go here. Got 51 now seconds.
33, 3rd and 3. Walter going to throw it again to the outside across his body, and he's going to complete it to the sideline. Working it back up the middle is the Woodland Hills receiver. That's number 10, Adam Gainham, and that's going to be another Woodland Hills first down.
Yeah, not Pine-Richland. Woodland Hills has definitely made this passing work. They've been able to do it on multiple different occasions here, and it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out.
So after the first down, it's going to be 30 seconds and running left on the clock here in the first quarter. See if Woodland Hills wants to run another couple plays, but might just want to run it out to the second quarter.
I would also say it's probably important for these players to cover the ball, especially because it's probably going to be really easy to fumble the ball and get stripped.
Frank Keys out to the left side, able to make one-man miss, getting about 5 yards before being pushed out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Going to be getting 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6. That will stop the clock with 7 seconds left in the first quarter, so they will have to run another play before the little break in between.
Yeah, it looks like the wind is going towards the opposite side, so they're going into the wind, which is interesting because they've been able to make multiple different positive passing plays, so we'll see how that changes when we switch sides here after this play.
And Walter going to hand off to Frank Keys up the middle. Able to burst through the initial defensive line of Pine-Richland, but a gang of linebackers for Pine-Richland, including Max Heckert, the star linebacker, able to stop him just about a yard past the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 rather, as that will be the end of the first quarter. Double zeros here on the clock. Both teams going to their respective sidelines. Not much scoring here in the first quarter, but that's kind of what we were expecting here with all this rain.
Yeah, it's been a very rainy game so far, and should just see a lot of running as we've seen so far, but Woodland Hills being able to spice it up a bit with some passing plays. Let's see how much that changes on this Veterans Day game.
So the teams will switch sides, which means Woodland Hills will be going with the wind towards the opposite end zone. That might help them out here if they decide to pass. Cameron Walter, we've seen complete multiple passes across his body on just a quick little sprint out play. That's Nick Saban, the coach of Alabama's. That's his kryptonite. We've seen him get beat by that multiple times in big games, including the past LSU game this past week. But we'll see if Woodland Hills has the same success with that play as they've been having so far tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens so far, and I think that'll also be good for the wind, because if you're kicking, you're going to be kicking into the wind, so that'll be beneficial for the kicking game going on this side.
So Woodland Hills will set up here. Cameron Walter lined up with Frank Keys to his left here on 3rd and 3. Cameron Walter going to keep it, and he's going to pitch it out to William Smith, who has a little bit of room to run. We'll see if they spot him and give him the first down here. It's going to be very close.
Looks like that's going to be a short